This week, we nerd out about the amazing time that we had at Kansas City's Naka-Kon. We also bring you some new news about Spider-Man Brand New Day and when we're finally going to get to see that new trailer. We also nerd out about some video games coming our way and a whole lot more. Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse. Warning.
Red alert.
Ay, 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 ay!
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger!
That's the emergency alert.
This episode is full of spoilers for some of the latest and greatest nerdy movies and shows.
Spoilers.
Listener discretion is advised.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Infinite Taylorverse podcast. I'm Billy Taylor.
Killer Oxner.
And this week we are back to talk about some of the fun stuff we've had going on and some cool news out there. But as usual, we'll start off with our nerding out. But this week, we're both kind of nerding out about the same thing. We had the chance over this past weekend to go to Kansas City's Naka-Kon. And I think it's safe to say we both had a pretty good time, man. Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, if I'm being real honest, I haven't been in a little while, and it has grown so big. The last time I remember going, I just don't remember the space being as big and the available things that they had being there. And man, it was great. I know in terms of what kind of stuff can you get at this convention, there was a whole floor of just stuff to buy. I went the first night with my son and we bought some shirts. One of the shirts that I got for me was pretty hilarious. It looks like a Buc-ee's t-shirt, like the gas station Buc-ee's, but it's Pokemon themed and it says Bidoofies. So it has the Pokemon Bidoof and he's wearing a Buc-ee's hat and it's I don't know, I thought it was hilarious. I had to get it. And Oliver got one that says Little Caesars and it's the Pokemon Caesar. And we got Henry one that's Duncan Diglets with little Diglets on it. And anyway, that's what we got. But there was so much stuff to get, so many collectibles and statues and cards and then art. They had all kinds of artists there and it was cool in terms of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think a couple of weeks ago, Chris mentioned, you can get all kinds of stuff anywhere, but they're going to have stuff you can't necessarily just get in a store. And he was right. There was some really cool stuff. I know the art that they had available was pretty cool. I kept having to tell myself, no, you can't get everything. No.
Yeah.
Another thing that was nice about this con was the food availability and how the lines weren't crazy, even though there were so many people there.
Oh, yeah. No, we like lunch usually, like we're planning, we're standing in line for 15, 20 minutes. We were in line for like maybe 5, if that.
Yeah. And they had all kinds of choices, the traditional burgers and chicken and things like that. And there were some food trucks with really cool Asian themed food. And got my lunch at this place called Go Chu, and I got their Asian burger. It was so good. And the fries were covered in these different Asian flavored sauces. And man, I'm going to be thinking about it for days because I won't be able to just get one.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I thought the way they had their celebrities set up was really cool. There were tons of celebrities, as we mentioned in that previous episode. And the one that was the most exciting for me was the guy, Zeno Robinson. And I got to take Oliver through his line and talk to him about My Hero Academia. And then, waiting in line, we realized he was in tons of other stuff. Like, my kids love Craig of the Creek and Big City Greens. And he's the character Omar, the green poncho from Craig of the Creek. And he's Remy from Big City Greens. But the other one that I didn't quite realize that I thought was so cool is he's Cyborg in the Young Justice cartoon. And I thought that was really cool, too.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I was in his line, and there it was on the poster. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Got to talk to him about that, and he said, oh yeah, man, people are asking all the time, when is that going to get back? When is it going to come back? And he said, I have no news, but that is one that he would love to get back to.
We need to talk about Young Justice one time and how
I
weird.
know. It was very different, but awesome.
It's weird that part of the reason it failed was because it didn't move toys.
Oh, I know. And, me, the collector, I've got a couple of toys, the Superboy and things from that show, but you're right. They didn't just move as well. Now, the toys were oddly designed, I thought, but I have a couple of them.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell you what the line looked like, to be honest with you, anymore.
Did you watch Digimon back in the day?
Yeah.
So this same guy, Zeno Robinson, in the rebooted Digimon that's only been out a couple of years, he's the voice of Tai, the main character. So that's kind of cool too.
That is really cool. The, like those Try movies or whatever?
Well, the Try movies is kind of the end of the era, the original era, and then they rebooted everything. And he's Tai, the main character in the new reboot, which is cool.
Got it.
But yeah, there were other celebrities that, we had a lot to do, and I've got a lot of cons coming up this year. So that was kind of the main one I wanted to see at this con. But there were plenty more to go meet, and which was awesome. But they also had some cool musicians to meet. On Saturday around 2, we got to sit through a concert, which was really cool. And this woman, Maki Atsuki, who is famous in Japan, and she sings a lot of music, but some of the cool things for anime lovers is that she sings a few of the ending credit songs from One Piece, like the one called Memories and the one called Run, 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 which is something we got to hear in her live concert. And I just thought that was kind of cool. And the guy that opened up for her was a popular DJ over in Japan, DJ Hiromi Samishima, and he does these anime themed sets. And I don't know, them together was pretty cool. It wasn't a long concert, but it was just cool to get to hear him.
Yeah, that was interesting. Very, very unique.
Yeah. And then after it was over, they had a little meet and greet, and that was kind of interesting as well. I got in their line and I thought, what the heck? I'm going to go meet these guys. And I took a photo with them and talked to them for a second. And it was just kind of fun. I guess that marks, I've now met the guy that sings the Pokemon theme song and then a lady who sings some of the One Piece closing credits. I wonder who the next cartoon musician is that I'll meet someday.
We also got to play that new Turtles game.
Yeah, they had so many video games set up. There were some arcade style ones, some DDR style ones. There was console style setups. The Ninja Turtles game, the new one, they had it set up where 6 people could play at a time, and it was really awesome.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play that game for a minute, and did not disappoint playing it in that style.
No, I know. It made me kind of wish, whenever you go to Walmart or Target, you see those consoles you could buy,
Yeah, the one up,
the
the one
arcade
up.
style. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, I kind of want one now.
Oh, I know.
I think it'd be cool to have one of those in my classroom, and then, I could use it as a bribe. Like, oh yeah, if you get done with your assignment, you can go play the Turtles game.
Yeah, that would be cool.
What were you about to say?
I was about to say it reminded me of like old school playing the X-Men
Yeah.
side scroller, the turtle ones in like old arcades.
Yeah. Those are fun to me, but they're the most fun when you get to play it with friends like we did. That was really fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I see they had some on point cosplay for sure. I was, talking to you about we like certain animes, but anime wouldn't necessarily be what we would call our favorite genre, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of characters that we were like, oh, those look great. And then a lot of characters that we had no clue they were, but we still thought they looked amazing.
Yeah, like some of those costumes must have costed thousands of dollars.
Probably. And, there were folks not only dressed in anime stuff, but my favorites of the weekend were probably the ones walking around dressed like characters from Silk Song and Hollow Knight. Those were awesome.
Yeah, those were very cool.
They even had some Power Rangers there. There were some Marvel heroes there. So not everyone was dressed specifically as anime, but that's some really good ones. I know our friend who does Foxy cosplay, we've had her on the podcast a few times. She was there. My favorite thing that she did this weekend was she was with a friend and they did Jesse and James from Pokemon, and their giant hair was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think, the last thing that stood out to me was the program, the physical printed program. They had 8 or 10 different spots all around the convention between 3 different buildings that you could go to each of these places and get it stamped like a passport, because apparently in Japanese culture, that's a fun thing they do at a lot of events. And I don't know, it was kind of fun. I did it a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoon, and even after you guys left, I had about 3 more to go find, and one of them was very hard to find because it was in a third building, and I didn't realize there was a third building that the con had for this event.
Oh,
So
wow.
I finally tracked that one down, and it's funny because they were like, oh, thanks for coming over. Not that many people have been coming over. And I was like, well, I didn't even know you guys were over here. That may be why. But yeah, anyway, the event was awesome. For fans of anime and you're in the Kansas City area, it's definitely one you'll want to check out as they keep continuing to grow and come
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to come back and actually look for some anime.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to really do that this time. But
Yeah.
there was a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays that like I really wanted to go through. I just didn't have the time.
Yeah, there was this one booth that had so many DVDs. That would have been fun to go through, you're right. I also think nothing too elaborate, but I think it'd be kind of fun to cosplay at one of these things together.
Yeah, something crazy.
I've always thought it'd be kind of fun to dress up as Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. I feel like, bald dude with a beard, I could pull it off.
Yeah, you could.
But yeah, guys, I know it's a little too late to go this year, but next year, put it on your calendar. You got to go check out Naka-Kon. I'm sure if you go to their website, I think they've already got next year's dates, but it's always sometime in mid-March. So that was our big nerding out, going to Naka-Kon. Again, check it out next year, guys. You're going to love it. But as always, let's bring you some news for the week. We got a little bit of stuff. This one, it's a little bit out of order, but I feel like I have to start here for all of you nerds out there who love some of the same stuff that we love. But did you see the announcement from Nathan Fillion and the cast of Firefly that just came out a couple days ago?
Yep, an animated show.
Yes. Some people were thinking, oh, it's going to be like they're going to go to a con or maybe do an audiobook. Like, no, they are bringing back Firefly and they are doing it in the form of animation, which, if you think about it, that's kind of good. Some of these actors have passed away in real life and some of the characters have been killed off. So I'm sure they'll figure out a way to retcon that. But all these guys are 20 plus years older, but we're going to be able to continue that story and their age won't even matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, there's that, and you could do stories like untold stories, things like that too. It's just it works a lot easier.
Yeah. Firefly is one of my favorite shows. I've watched through that one season at least 10 times in my lifetime.
What type of animation do you think? Do you think like you think it'd be cool if it was like Titan AE?
So, in the announcement, he announced that the company Shadow Machine will be doing the animation. And when you look at the concept art that they put out, it looks, I wouldn't quite say anime, but it looks very realistic, like photorealistic, but still definitely obviously animation, if that makes sense. It's the same people that did BoJack Horseman and I think Guillermo del Toro's version of Pinocchio. But I can see it, looking at the concept art, I can see that BoJack Horseman kind of style that they've got going on, but even more realistic than that. As a fan of those stories, I'm very excited. And, some people hear animation and then kind of write things off. But to me, that makes the possibilities bigger. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Yeah, I think that would be really good.
Well, let's see. Over with Marvel, this isn't necessarily Marvel news, but I saw that in the real world, Tom Holland and Zendaya got married. Did you see that?
Yeah, they got married in secret.
Yeah. And people were, kind of speculating, did this happen? Did it not happen? But apparently they went to someone else's wedding and she signed the witness statement, like people do on the wedding license and stuff like that. And she signed it, Zendaya Holland. So they're like, oh, this confirms it.
Yeah, but I think that's cool for them.
Yeah. They seem like a couple that's going to last. I hope they do.
Yeah, especially in like Hollywood couples, it's always kind of a
Hit or miss.
yeah. No, for real though. I mean, it always seems that way.
Yeah. The amount of divorce that happens in Hollywood, I wonder how much of it was just for show in the first place. Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, you always marry. I'm sure most people marry with good intentions.
Yeah.
Thinking that hey, our busy schedules aren't going to affect us. But
And then they do.
yeah,
But yeah, that's cool for them. And then, speaking of Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, so we're recording this right now on a Monday, and they've officially announced that the trailer for Brand New Day is coming out the 18th, which is Wednesday. So by the time you guys hear this episode of the podcast, that trailer's already out. Go watch it. I am so excited to see the trailer. I need some new Marvel right now.
yeah. It's almost confusing. The Doomsday trailer and the Spider-Man trailer will be out.
Yeah. And still Spider-Man related, they just released a little tidbit of information that the Hulk that we see in Spider-Man Brand New Day will be the most savage version of the Hulk in the MCU to date. So, I don't know. That's kind of cool.
So maybe no Mark Ruffalo.
I don't know. Well, he's in the trailer and he's Peter's teacher, so he's in it. But yeah, I guess what if we see a different version of the Hulk? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Well, with DC, I know a little bit a while back we talked about there's kind of rumors of Mark Hamill joining the cast of the Batman 2, but they just announced that it's official that Mark Hamill will be playing something in the Batman 2. So that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously, I doubt he's Joker related, but I'm just excited that he's going to be in it. I love the movies that he's in.
Yeah, that's so cool.
He was recently in that Stephen King adaptation called The Long Walk, and I've only seen good things about that movie, but I've yet to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it this week.
Right on.
Let's see, the next bit of information from DC. We know that Lanterns series just released their trailer a little while back, and that series is coming, but they just kind of announced that Aaron Pierre, who's playing Jon Stewart, is going to have a sort of significant role in the new Man of Tomorrow movie. So that'll be cool to see that guy show up.
Maybe we'll get a backdoor origin.
Yeah, and I'm just excited to see all of these versions interact with Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner. I'm sure we'll see that guy in the Lantern series too, but I don't know, man. I'm just so happy that I'm seeing more and more DC stuff that to me so far hasn't disappointed.
Yeah, agreed.
Let's see. The final thing with DC is that Andy Muschietti, who's supposedly in charge of their Batman when they finally do some DCU Batman stuff, it sounds like he is very, very hopeful that he can get the actor Bill Skarsgård to be their Joker. And, Bill Skarsgård, who's already famous for being a clown, Pennywise, I could see him being a pretty good Joker, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, man, what would that be like to feel like you're being typecast as clowns, though?
Yeah, that's gotta be weird.
But yeah, someone did a fan art next to the rumored announcement of what the guy wants. And I'm not going to lie, it looks pretty darn good.
It's awesome.
Over with Star Wars, not a ton of news, but we all know that series, The Acolyte, came out last year and tons of people didn't love it. But the actor, Manny Jacinto, who played Kamir, is supposedly going to be showing up in a new Star Wars project, which, watching that, it seems like he's Darth Plagueis's Sith apprentice. And if he's coming back, hopefully that means we see Darth Plagueis come back in something, because all we got was that little shadow of him at the end, and then the series was canceled. So, yeah, I'm hopeful that means we get to see Darth Plagueis again.
Yeah, I want to see Darth Plagueis.
Well, let's see. Elsewhere, out there in the pop culture universe, all kinds of random stuff they've been announcing. There's supposedly a Plants vs. Zombies movie coming our way, but the thing that
What?
has me interested is that it's going to star Jim Carrey and Jack Black in the same movie. I'm sold.
That's hysterical.
The picture I saw of them together, I don't know. I love both of those guys, but the idea of them in one movie together, I don't know, man. That might be too much comedy.
Yeah. I mean, it could either be really bad or really good. It's a video game
Yeah.
movie.
There's also a Speedy Gonzalez movie coming from WB, so that's kind of interesting. But I don't know if it's animation or what it's going to be, but the picture they posted with this announcement made it look like it's going to be kind of in the style of Sonic the Hedgehog, where it's animated but with live action people. But we got that coming.
Did you see the Street Fighter behind the scenes sneak peek?
Ooh, no, I haven't.
Yeah, it's only 2 minutes long, but it's pretty cool.
Okay, I know exactly what I'm doing when we're done recording.
Yeah. The Cody Rhodes talks about his hair and how they had to get it high to play Guile.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
A couple of not so fun things. They just announced that the Highlander reboot with Henry Cavill is being pushed back to 2028. So we got a little bit longer to wait for that movie, which stinks because I'm really pumped about it.
Yeah, and Drew McIntyre, who's a famous wrestler, is going to be in it too.
Oh,
So,
nice.
yeah, I was actually looking forward to that.
And for fans of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, they've been talking about this rebooted sequel series that they're going to come back to through Hulu, but they just announced that that's been canceled before it even came out. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Were you a fan of Buffy? Did you watch it back in the day?
No, I wasn't. It's one of those shows I've always wanted to go and watch
Yeah,
because
me
people
too.
loved it.
In college, it was one of those things where if it was on and nothing else I really was into was on, I would watch it. So I've seen so many random episodes here and there with no context, but I kind of want to watch that show at some point.
Yeah.
I did the same thing with Charmed. Did you ever watch Charmed?
No, I didn't. Charmed. That's
Same
funny.
thing.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think that I haven't thought about that show in so long.
Every now and again, I would just watch a random episode and I would always get sucked in with zero context. Let's see, before I go on, any video game or wrestling new news this week?
Not this week. Did we talk about the Marvel Maximum coming out?
I don't think so.
It's the X-Men side scroller from the arcade. They're releasing it to platforms finally.
Okay.
So the X-Men arcade game It'll have Captain America and the Avengers. It'll have Spider-Man Venom Maximum Carnage. It'll have Venom Spider-Man Separation Anxiety, Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge, and the Silver Surfer 8-bit. And
Nice.
it'll have all those games, and you can play online if you don't have people to play with. But it'll be for the Switch, the PS5, Xbox, everything. And it'll be all those
Sweet.
games so that you can play those games for the first time since forever.
And what are they calling this package again?
The Marvel Maximum Collection.
Okay. Do you have a date for that? When is that coming?
Oh, yeah. March 27th.
So less than a week and a half.
Yeah.
Sweet. That'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick that up. I told Lauren when I saw it, I was like, we're going to play that. We're going to play the crap out of that. I love all those games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never played Silver Surfer, though. But all the other games I've definitely played, and I definitely beat only like 3 of them.
Yeah. I feel like that'd be another fun one to have in the form of an upright arcade console.
Yeah, I have all of those.
Yeah.
Especially the X-Men and the Captain America one.
Yeah.
Captain America one's amazing. It has the laugh or like, the laugh like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Didn't we
like
play
the
that together
first-
once at the Kincaid?
Yes.
I feel like we did. I remember that now when you did the laugh.
Yeah. That game is one of the first things of the Avengers I ever saw that was not just on paper.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
That is cool. Man, yeah. I've 99%ed Silk Song, and I keep thinking, man, I'm going to have a video game hole in my heart for a little while, but maybe not. Maybe if this game comes out, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, there's that game, and then there's that turtle game. I'm honestly thinking about getting it.
Speaking of games, this is so out of nowhere. Have you heard of this game called Nine Souls on the Switch?
No.
When I started looking into games similar to Silk Song, because I'm almost done with it, someone said that the closest game they've found that's this whole Metroidvania style game is called Nine Souls, and it's spelled SOLS. You're this ninja cat in this futuristic Japan looking area. And they said basically it's very Silk Song Hollow Knight style of a game. And it's the closest they've ever played to those two games. So I don't know. That might be one I try to check out too.
Yeah.
Well, hey, that is all the news for this week. Hopefully you guys out there are surviving this crazy roller coaster weather. One day it's spring, one day it's winter, one day it's hot, one day it's snowing. But while you're surviving, find something fun to watch or read or play. And as for us here at the Taylorverse, I've been Billy Taylor.
And I'm Taylor Oxner.
And come back next week, guys. Same Taylor channel, same Taylor time.
Bye.
Bye.